Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's video. This week's video is on factory schedule maintenance. Let me start off by asking you a question. Do you like wasting your time? Well, if you're printing out FSMs and you're not doing the process properly, that's basically what you're doing. You're absolutely just wasting your time, checking off a box just to say you did it, and it's not doing anything for anybody. So if you're doing that, stop wasting your time and let's do the process and let's do it right, okay? Here's the proper process. Step one, you do need to print it out, okay? That is part of the deal, okay? And you need to talk a little bit about, or I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how to do this, okay? So printing it out, right when they walk in the door, it's pretty much, that's almost impossible, but you can do it as you check them in if you have time. And that's a preferable way of doing it. Go through whatever they're in there for. Maybe they know their mileage of the car and you can punch in, makes it super easy. If not, walk out to their car with them or without them, get the mileage off the car, and in the check-in process, get the mileage, print out the FSM, and introduce it right then and there, okay? If not, you definitely need to make sure that you have this FSM printed out before you do your show and tell with them or call them and let them know what's going on with it, okay? Because at checkout in the printing process is really, it's too late. I mean, it's better late than never, I guess, in some situations, but for the most part, that's too late. You really need to have it printed out because you can't really do step 2 or step 3 properly without doing it in a timely manner. So step 2, okay, which you can't get to step 2 without step 1. Step 2 is pricing things out. And this is really the most important step because you can't do step 3 without it, and if you don't do step 1, you can't do it. But step 2, pricing it out, is absolutely the most important. Go ahead and make sure that you check history whenever you are pricing these things out. Make sure you didn't suggest it last time and they did it last time. I mean, it happens every once in a while. They're like, yeah, I did my coolant flush last time, and they're like, oh yeah, no big deal. But it just kind of makes us look a little less than professional that we're not able to know that that was what was done to their car. So know those things as well. And this, just from what I've seen, obviously we see the numbers about once a week on what we're printing. Number 2 is what I audit in my region. I don't know what other people are seeing, but it's the step I see being skipped the most. Okay, I'm auditing tickets and it's just constantly things are missing that are on FSM that are not being priced out. So this is a really important step that we need to fix. Step 3, okay, once again, can't get to step 3 without steps 1 and 2, selling the services, okay? This is what we're shooting for, and this is the whole deal. I mean, in the beginning, we train people. Hey, we trained them to print it out. Great. Okay, now we train them to price it out. Okay, great. Now we need to sell the stuff. The only way we're really going to sell this stuff is if we talk to customers about it. Make sure that we've shown them that paperwork so they can read what it says about their factory schedule maintenance from their manufacturer. We need to sell the benefits of these services, what it's going to do for them and why it's going to be something that's going to help them out. Or we need to make sure if they're doing a bunch of other stuff that's a must-do right now, sell these services for their next visit. Plant the seed with them, okay? Okay, some things to remember, okay? FSM is recommended by the manufacturer of the vehicle. This is powerful. So the customer is not just going off our word that, hey, this is something that you're supposed to do. The person that built their car is saying this thing needs to be done at this mileage, and that if that's where they are, then that's what they need to do. And so we need to, like we talked about selling benefits of it, we need to let them know what could happen if they don't, which is more costly repairs and other damages to the vehicle, or doing the maintenance, which is most likely or should prevent the other problems from happening, okay? It truly is a win-win situation. The customer gets their car taken care of, increase the longevity of the life of the car, lowers the overall cost of ownership of the vehicle, and for us, it adds to our top line. And most of the services that we perform in factory schedule maintenance have really good GP. Also gives our technicians more things to do, which gives them labor and keeps them happy as well. And then also, when you're doing FSM services, most of these things are really easy to perform. All the flushes, changing some filters, spark plugs, easy things to perform that pretty much anybody on your crew should be able to do. So we do see some other things that come up on there, and I want you guys to go the extra mile. We see diff services come up all the time on FSM. That doesn't get priced out like it should. Timing belts, oh, that costs too much, too scary to price out. Nope, we need to price those things out. Identifix does a really good job of explaining these things, so let the customer decide for themselves sometimes too. Give them the information, let them decide, if they want to do something with it. It's really very educational. I mean, you don't have to do all the legwork. When you hand it to them and they take the time to read it, it almost sells itself in a lot of cases, okay? So, in long story short, if you dedicate yourself to following all 3 steps, not just the printing, not just the pricing and shove it in their envelope, but all 3 steps, the printing, the pricing, and attempting to sell this or selling it for the future, your sales will grow. I promise you that. So that is my challenge to each one of you, is to go out there, follow all 3 steps, and take advantage of our factory schedule maintenance services. Thank you very much. Bye.